does not look like a rundown town.
Don't look like when I moved here, oh, damn, will guarantee you that.
Now, there is some areas in town, you know, some buildings here that, yeah, could use some help. It would be nice if we could get somebody in that would do that, but that takes money to do it, and then it takes money to operate it, and they have to make money to even pay for it. And, you know, we had a coffee shop down here, and, you know, that was there for, what, a year? And then they left.
She
You know,
couldn't make it, she couldn't pay her bills.
Couldn't pay the bills.
She couldn't, she needed insurance and,
She said she was just tired of, and plus the Vargases made her life a living hell.
Well, the one in Bridger didn't help either.
Yeah, but she was going out before that even happened.
Yeah.
She said she was just tired, she just wanted a regular job. She was tired of dealing with all the assholes, excuse my language, that live here.
Me too.
See, that's my concern about
it's
How do we
why
change
we
that?
don't have more business, is it our attitudes?
That's why I was saying that we're trying to improve, to work with the school more and to work with kids more and stuff. Because we've lost that somewhere, I feel. And I don't know how you feel, Nate,
I completely agree.
but I
Your cost
really
is way
feel
better
we
than purchase
lost
cost.
that.
Well, we have.
And we just got, and I am gonna say this, I really feel that in the last year, the council has come from beginners to way up there. And I really feel that, very deeply.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And I think through that and more community and everybody, I think we can get there, but, yeah.
Well, people, in this town, there are some really neat people. We have some really good people in this town. And that's
We
what
do.
we need to work on. And there's a few that, you know, will tear us down or try to tear us down. But as long as we don't let that get to us and we continue to go forward with some progress in town, then we're money ahead. And it would be nice if we could get some businesses into town. I don't know how. I don't.
I don't either, that's why I ask, you know, is there something that is being missed that could be sent out to town-wise, is all I'm saying. I'm not blaming anybody,
No.
I'm just asking.
No, that would be, and be neat if we had some kind of committee that would research it and find out what we can have and do. I don't know. Yes, Elton?
This has come up before, and it probably depends on which perspective you're coming from, whether you're coming from, you know, kind of a, you know, anyway, whether you're talking from a conservative or liberal point of view. My point of view is that the reason a lot of businesses have not come here and stayed is because the ordinances that we have are not enforced fairly. In other words, it's kind of hit or miss, you know. Things are brought into town, it's okay, you get a zoning permit, it's a piece of cake. And then other things, it's like hitting a wall to get a zoning permit. And right now, there is no zoning commission because you guys don't want one, even though the ordinances say we're supposed to have one. And that in itself lends to an unfair, unjust application of the law, which means that people who want to operate fairly and legally are discouraged from coming to town. Now, if you have ordinances on the book and they're applied fairly, you're gonna get good business people in town. But if you don't, you're gonna get the other kind of business. And that's what I'm concerned about.
Yes.
I'd like to say something on the subject of, I think it's, when you said our attitudes maybe, right?
Yeah.
And it goes along with what Tammy said about our improvement committee functions that we don't see any of you at. I own a building down here. I tried to brighten it up, I tried to make it attractive from the road. It wasn't much, it was just a little second-hand store and it had some cool stuff in it, really. And you know what? I don't remember ever seeing any of you walk through the doors, especially, except for you when your wife's stuff was there in the very beginning. But otherwise, I don't remember seeing a council member
Local
walk in.
support.
Shirley was mayor, she never came in. You know, if we have businesses in town, and I'm not gonna open another business in town, but if we have more businesses that come in town, you guys need to support them. You guys need to come in and say, God, this is a cute little store, let me look around, and not just do it one time, but come in, hey, how's business going? You know, I really resented that, that's all I want to say.
Good point.
Well, I can tell you that I have. You know, I visited the businesses, I stop at Edwards, I go down to Mr. Fenner's, I go into the bar. I've been in Marge's a time or two, you know. Sometimes just to make sure that they're doing okay.
That's a really big thing, is like I tell my locals, I realize I don't have anything that the locals want. I know that. You know, you got a life of leather. But anyway, not really. I have other people's stuff, and by the way, I don't take 5 cents from anybody that is local, that I have their stuff in my shop. I do not take any commissions. So if I ask you to say hi when you go by, it'd be nice. But what I tell my locals when they come in, and sometimes, especially with that crappy flu, or whatever it was going around, you know, they would come in and they'd say, oh, I just come to see if you end up staying an hour or two. So damn lonesome they couldn't stand it because they couldn't talk to anybody. And like I say, I don't expect to sell one thing to anybody. Just a nice hello is great, that's all. You know, and if they want something, they'll buy it. I don't have to sell it to them. So that's all, and I wasn't putting the
That's
pressure
good
on.
insight,
No, it's.
very good insight.
It would be nice to have us a little coffee shop.
Coffee shop. that
Oh, would,
everybody can
by
gather
the
and
way,
visit.
is there anything wrong with me this summer? Well, I did it last year a couple of times for bake sales, and it just bothers me so because I had one of the guys just lost his wife, and he said, I guess off at a senior center at least gives me communication. And when she was in the post office, oh man, they loved it. I'm not knocking anybody that's there now, but it's not like it was. But I want to set a table and a coffee pot out, and just at least 2 days a week, and 2 or 3 chairs. Because the post office has always been a good place for people to visit. And I wondered if that was okay.
See why it wouldn't be.
I think that'd be all right.
Yeah.
You know, there's just no place for some of these people.
I've often thought about a hot dog stand.
I know that you and Dottie were gonna try to get a little place going next to Marge's.
Yeah. Then we got kind of started into that, and boy,
Yeah, I
that
mean,
was a
but-
chore. That
yeah.
would be a major.
But it'd be nice to have something that the community, besides the senior center, it's so gloomy in there.
Yeah. There's a trailer for sale. Tammy got a call on it, and she said, no. It's a food cart or something.
Really?
Okay, do we have anything else?
April 12th, next meeting.
April 12th.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. Have a motion and a second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all participating.
Bitchin'.
Thank you guys for listening.
No. It's participation. That's what we look at.